Hello, kia ora, g'day. I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube. Thank you for joining us for our Australia-only forecast covering the rest of this week and the upcoming weekend. We've got a lot of showers moving around the country this week, mostly in the southern half and along the eastern side, but we've got this band of rain and some heavier showers at the moment. The map you're seeing here shows the wind directions, but it also shows 3-hour rainfall and cloud buildup. So this is the line here where you're going to see the most amount of wet weather across today, but there's also this front down here, very weak one, but that is coming through with also a burst of showers. And out in the Tasman Sea, this big block of high pressure is now holding up some rain, and that is sliding down towards Tasmania. So there are a few things on the go. So this is how we look into Tuesday afternoon. It is later into the afternoon for the eastern side here and just after lunchtime for the west. So you can certainly see a westerly coming through there. There is a cold front offshore moving in. Stormy stuff down in the Southern Ocean this week. So that's your big controller of the weather. And the other big controller of your weather is this high out towards New Zealand, pushing back and not allowing this wet weather to sort of clear away quickly. But there is that line of wet weather still lingering into Tuesday that we showed you on the wind map just before. And that means some heavier downpours coming through that eastern side and right down into Victoria as well. Although it's not as much as you get into Victoria, it's certainly a lot more broken up. By Wednesday, most of the wet weather is offshore now, but we're still seeing cloud and showers all the way along the eastern side, although maybe not quite as wet around Sydney and the ACT. But the cold front comes into Western Australia, rain and showers returning there to the southwestern corner. Big drying out area for most other places. And again, this video not talking very much about the northern and northwestern side of Australia because it's pretty calm, pretty dry, and quite warm to hot again as that red line starts to drop a little bit further south. But all eyes are actually going to be on the blue line. These measure air thickness, so the red one shows where it's kind of warm tropical weather, and the blue one shows colder sort of sub-Antarctic weather. So you can see here on Thursday that Southern Ocean storm, which is way off the screen, but it's enough to create all these isobars, all that windy weather coming through. And so yes, some heavy downpours coming into South Australia here on Thursday. I'm sure they'll be very welcome. Again, it's hit and miss. So if you're in the blue shading here, you're at the lower end of the scale. The heaviest rain in the greens and certainly the yellow part there that you can see in the middle. Elsewhere, a few more showers and downpours as that storm tracks along to the south. That encourages windy westerlies to be blowing through, and you'll feel those in Tasmania as the skies clear up further around New South Wales, but still a bit cloudy and showery along the coastline of Queensland. So by Friday, those showers in the east break up to some degree. It's still a little bit wet in some places. It was good to hear the feedback from you on YouTube over the weekend. It seems that those in the east are a little bit over the cloud and the rain, but those inland could still do with a little bit more. Although good to see some reports around places like Bathurst and Orange, people there saying it is quite wet underfoot at the moment. Good to know for me as a forecaster, so I stopped saying things like more of that great rain coming when you're kind of sick of it. So this is the cold front down here. This is the one that's about to produce another wintry change, and you'll see it here on Saturday. Southerlies, southerlies, southerlies all along that coastline. So from Adelaide to Melbourne, all the way down to Hobart, and everyone in between. It's a south to southwesterly wind for most of you. That means snow again back into the mountains and ranges, and it also means temperatures are dropping as we go through the weekend. Our final map here on Sunday, look at the blue line all the way up into Queensland, which means frosts are coming back into Queensland. North of Brisbane, you'll still be getting frosty weather at higher elevations and a few snow flurries into the mountains and ranges. I was a bit generic with the pointing then, but I meant more down here towards the ACT and into Victoria. Bit of snow around there, and there'll be some snow again around Tasmania. Those big temperatures last week, I didn't actually report on it, but the -12s and 13s, -12s, -13s and more around some of the higher plateaus. So cold stuff at the moment, and that's good for the ski fields. Over here in New Zealand, we're still waiting for a bit more snow. We got some earlier in the season, but it's very dry this week in New Zealand with that enormous high that you've sent us. So thank you, I guess. That is all from me. Have a great week. We'll be back again on Thursday with your next update, and we'll take a look at more detail into your rainfall. We'll see you then.